Um, Okay, so how to make an income online. So we are all here to share our experience online, what it has done for us, where we started, and just to give some insight because I know most of you here are hesitant because anything online, we always get sketched out. There's lots of scams, and so the fact that you're here is huge, and we're excited to share like where we started, and hopefully you guys can relate to us. So starting out, we're just going to go one by one, share a little bit about each of us, and then we're going to go into what this opportunity is and how you can also get started. So to go first, my name is Carly. I live in Maryland. I started working online in February of 2021. So at this time, it's about 2.5 years, actually a little over. And I used to work full time as a vet tech. I'm a huge animal lover. And when I first started, I wanted to be a stay at home dog mom. And so now, fast forward, I started out cutting my hours, eventually was able to quit my full time job. We had our daughter, she's 9 months old. And so now I'm a stay at home mom and also a dog mom. And it's just truly been amazing to be able to be home on our farm, home with my daughter, home, like spending time doing what I love versus going to work and clocking in to get a paycheck. And this was very, very new to me. Like I had no experience and like I had no idea what to expect. I just knew that I wanted something different. And that's what I knew that I had to do something I've never done to get that life. And so, yeah, that's why I'm here. And I'm so excited that you guys are here too. And we'll just keep going. Lauren's going to go ahead and share.
Hello, guys. So I am Lauren. I'm really excited to be here. I am tuning in from Illinois, and I want to kind of make a different statement. So I actually originally got started online about 2.5 years ago, and I originally wanted to just solely do it as a side gig, just kind of a second income. And the more I learned about our platform and our program and the business model and all of that, I realized that no, I'm ready to do this full time. So as the time went on, I realized that, and so now I am working towards being able to quit my job. That's in the process, so I'm very excited about that. But in between all of that, I did become a mom as well. So my reason why kind of shifted, which is awesome. That's totally doable. Like that's okay. So yeah, that's the main reason why I'm here, and I am excited to share all of this with you all.
What's up, guys? I'm Darcy. I am not a mama. I think there's a few mamas on this call. I am kind of the opposite. I don't have any kids. I'm single and I travel around. I'm more artistic. So I got into the online realm because I was like, I don't want a traditional 9 to 5. Like I've never even worked a traditional 9 to 5. Most of my 20s I spent traveling, kind of picking up like side jobs. I did bartending. I started up an art business before this, which was or is, I still do it, but I'm leaning more into the online realm at the moment because the online income is passive, whereas painting murals is not passive. But yeah, so I have an art business and I'm kind of just a free spirit. So when I came across this, I was like, oh, this is it. Like I can take this with me in my pocket. I can meet cool people, go to new countries, all that fun stuff. So yeah.
Hello, everybody. I'm Nailin. I'm a farmer in Northwest New Mexico. I started my online business alongside of a very demanding job in healthcare. I was a PA in critical care, so my job was extremely demanding in every sense of the term. And I passionately loved my job, but I loved my farm more. So I had gotten to the point that feeding all my animals and taking care of my animals in the dark all the time before I went to work and when I got home after the sun had gone down and only on the weekends, it just wasn't suitable anymore. And then I met my husband, and then it had just made life even harder. And I am now working full time online, and I couldn't be more happy. I'm love getting up every morning and going out and taking care of all my animals and working on my online business and helping all these other ambitious farm girls do the same thing. And it is so fulfilling and so rewarding. And I am a mama to be soon. I guess not soon, it's going to be a while, but and so I'm super excited to be able to be completely present, a present mama as well. So
hello, guys. My name is Ashley, and I'm so happy to be here as well and just to share what we're doing online. And so, yeah, I started about 2.5 years ago as well, like roughly. And when I started, I was working a couple part-time jobs, and I knew I wanted to stay home with my family, with my husband and my daughter full time eventually. And so that's when I just jumped right into this business, dove all in. And I was working one of those part-time jobs for a while I was working this on the side a little at the beginning of this year. And so I just recently quit that part-time job so I can work this business full-time and stay home with our 5-month-old baby girl. And so that was ultimately my goal with this whole starting an online business. And kind of like Lauren, that was my why kind of shifted to spending more time with my daughter. And so yeah, it's been a really great adventure, and I can't wait to see what's to come.
Hey everyone. We are skipping over Sammy just because she wasn't able to make it tonight, but so I'll just go ahead. So, hi everyone. My name is Leah. I live in Missouri. So I started my business about 10 months ago, so a little bit newer than some of the other folks on here. So my experience is similar to Neelan's. I grew up on a farm and all of that, and that was my biggest goal. Is with me and my fiance, I wanted us to be able to start a farm together and be able to raise beef cows and all of that type of thing. So I would work 2 jobs and have full-time school. So as you can probably understand, I was very time poor and I had no work-life balance. So I didn't have very much time with my fiance or my family or with any of my animals as well. And so I knew I needed to find a way to make my time and money work for me and not against me. So since finding this opportunity, I can actually have control over my schedule, and I kind of like to say make money even while I'm sleeping. So, and also basically just have that time and quality of time with my loved ones and loved animals. So great to have you guys here.
Hi guys, I am Elizabeth and I am so excited that you're all here. I also am a little newbie. I actually joined in, I think, June. So I'm pretty new, but I had my daughter in June, and before that I had been travel nursing. And the whole entire time while I was pregnant, I was like, I don't want to be traveling. I want to be home. I don't want to be away from her like 3 or 4 days at a time. So I found this, and I know it's full of opportunity, and I'm so excited to share what all of the opportunities have with all of you guys.
Hi, I'm Amanda, and I am also a little bit of a newbie, but I am also super excited to see where this can take me. I currently work part-time as a PTA in a nursing home, and I do truly love my job. So my initial goal was to just do this on the side as well, but I do have a daughter who just turned 1, so I am working towards doing this full-time, to being able to quit my part-time job, to be more present with my daughter and all that fun stuff. We also have animals, so life is just crazy, and I just cannot wait to see where all of this opportunity takes us. Thanks for coming.
Awesome. Let me see. Okay, good. I'm unmuted. So yeah, we mentioned that Sammy wasn't able to make it. She's also having internet trouble. So hopefully if anybody's here that Sammy invited, she will make it on later. If not, It's all good. Like I said, this is being recorded. But we do have a special guest, which I did not plan for or tell anybody about, and I'm really excited. So Sarah is here, who is actually all of ours upline that we either came in under her or a little bit down the ladder. But regardless, Sarah is here and she is going to share a little bit of her story, how she got started. And to all of us, Sarah is like a superstar and we all are, striving to be her. So I'm really happy she's here. I'm going to let her hop out and share her story with you guys too.
Hello, Carly. That was quite the intro. Thank you. But like Carly said, my name is Sarah. So thank you for letting me join in, pop on just a little bit of my background, how I got started, why I got started. So I originally started this business 3.5 years ago, or almost 3.5 years ago at this point. So sometimes it feels like a long time, but 3.5 years really is not that long at all. And so I remember I was like, oh, do I want to start something and like have to start fresh? I went to college and I got my bachelor's and master's degree and I spent all this time in school. And I was like, do you really want to start something new again? And the quick answer was yes. And the reason that I really realized I wanted to start something new, invest some time into it and grow it into something really special and important to me was because I realized that I was kind of stuck in the mundane at my 9 to 5. I was a tax and audit accountant. My pay was good. My benefits were good. The people I worked with, like they were cool to hang out with and, they were enjoyable to be around. But at the end of the day, I would leave work feeling absolutely exhausted. And I was looking at these roles that I was eventually going to have to step into at that career, go from staff accountant to senior accountant and to manager and then to partner and so on and so forth. And everyone there was burnt thin. Like they were just burnt at both ends. They were exhausted. They had no work-life balance, no time for family, no time for friends. And I was like, man, if I'm already starting to feel this way, I just can't see myself, working towards that for forever. I really want to have that work-life balance. That's something that's important to me. So I, started to look at different options and look at starting something new. And I came across this opportunity. So I dove in, even though I was nervous, I had no experience, all of the things. And it has just been a beautiful journey, honestly. This business has grown with me through just different seasons of life. I got started with this business and I was dating my now husband, but boyfriend at the time. And so we went through that season together of being a new business owner and juggling a relationship and stuff like that. And then we got engaged and then we got married and this business helped, fund my wedding, my dream wedding. And then we bought a farm together and some property and a house that needed totally gutted and renovated. So then this business helped support that. And now we are starting a family and this business is also continuing to support that. And I'm just so excited, both on the financial side to have this check so many boxes for me and my family, but also on the time side to just have control of my time, have that work-life balance that I was really dying for when I was at my 9 to 5 and I just didn't get it. So being able to put the time in, put the work into something new and grow it to this has been really, really special. But yeah, that's just a little bit of my journey. Was there anything else that you wanted me to touch on, Carly?
No, I think that was really good. If you don't mind maybe just sharing like one thing that you would tell someone that's on the fence, because like you said, you had no experience, and this was all new to you. So like, what's one piece of advice you would give somebody?
I feel like I have so many. So I'm going to do this from my like overthinking, nervous Nelly standpoint, because that's just very much so my personality. And I think there's a lot of people out there who can kind of relate. And it's just do it, like do it scared, do it nervous. you will learn as you go. Everyone has to learn as they go. And there's no one who starts any career in life and is just like amazing day one. They know all of the things, they're killing it. Like everyone has to take that messy action and have a day one where they're brand new at it and just take, baby steps and gradually build. And an empire isn't built in a day, right? So it does take those steps, and just knowing and having the confidence that you can learn as you go. You don't have to have it all figured out. You don't have to have all the confidence. That will come as you're taking those baby steps. But that would be a big thing, because I really needed to hear that when I first got started, because I just was terrified. But I did it anyways. I took that messy action, and now I'm here making more in a day with this business than I used to make in almost an entire 2 months, 3 months at my old 9 to 5. So it's pretty crazy what this business can do for you with just taking that messy action and those baby steps. So.
Yes, and just like touching on that, you're making more now in a day than you did in a couple months, which is huge, and like something I'm excited that we're going to share in a couple minutes. But thank you, Sarah, for sharing all that, and also everyone else for sharing their stories. We all have to start somewhere, and I'm sure everyone, even, that has already started, was hesitant at some point. I myself watched Sarah for a good 3 months before I actually took action. And it's my one regret that I have to this day, is that I didn't start sooner, because I think of how much further I would be if I started then. So yeah, I love her advice. So awesome. We'll go ahead and go into the fun details that everyone here is ready to learn. So the first thing is, you're here for a reason, and I want you to think about what that reason is, and what brought you here. Is that more time with your family? Maybe you want to just enjoy your hobbies. You want to travel. Maybe you're looking for a second income, or just financial stability that maybe your job isn't providing now, or you're just looking for more income, or it's a flexible schedule. And I think that is a huge reason. A lot of us our time is spread so thin, and we just want our time back to spend doing what we love and with our family, because time is one thing that we don't get back. And so when we're working 40 hours a week, some people are working 80 hours a week. That is so much time that we're spending with our coworkers and not truly doing what we love. And even if you love your job, it's still a lot of time that you're spending away from your family. I know one thing, when I worked, I was always I felt like my coworkers were my family. And it's so funny, because coworkers know more about your life than some of your family and your closest friends do, because you're spending so much time with them. So whatever your reason is for being here, you're in the right place. You took the first step to learn more, and that's huge, because you're already ahead of other people that just haven't even taken the initiative to learn more. So really think about the reason you're here, and let that be your driving reason to move forward. And some just statistical points of why online. And I think this is crazy to know. So there are 3.6 billion people that use social media, and the average person spends 3 to 5 hours a day on their phone. So just thinking about that is mind blowing, and realizing that you could spend the amount of time you're endlessly scrolling on your phone to actually generate an income. And that's one thing that I cut out doing, because not only is it wasting time, but there's so much negative things in social media. And so now, instead of spending my time scrolling, I'm spending time on my business and actually generating an income through social media. So I think that's huge to know. A lot of people are scared, and it's this is just the age. I mean, everything is going online, shopping, everything is online. So just knowing this is huge. And I think it's super important to realize how powerful social media is. So why not generating an income doing those things?
Okay, so what do we do? We do high ticket affiliate marketing. Has anyone ever heard of that, or do you guys know what that is? If you haven't, it's okay. We're going to go over it. I actually didn't know about high ticket affiliate marketing before I got started either. I knew about the multi-level marketing, but not high ticket. Okay, cool. Okay, so within this, there is low ticket and high ticket. So what we do is high ticket, which is the better one. But within low ticket, you don't make near as much on your sales. So you only get 5 to 20% commission, which evens out to be anywhere from about $5 to $50 per sale. High ticket, obviously it's high, so it's higher. So you're going to make more off of every sale. So especially with our business model, you can make anywhere from $340 to $4,600 per sale. And don't worry, you don't have to be like tech savvy. You don't have to have any experience. You literally get taught that in step by step. So there is a lot of differences in the two, versus high versus low. So within an MLM, which is the lower end, there are tons of differences, which I'm going to go over because I actually did an MLM before I started this. And before I go through, I do want to say I'm not bashing on MLMs at all because some people are super successful with them, but it just was not for me. The biggest part for me that I just did not enjoy was literally bugging all of my family and friends. I would add random strangers on Facebook just for them to be my friend, for me to cold message them and say, hey, have you heard of whatever? Do you want to buy a product from me? The amazing thing about what we do is we do not have to do that. People come to us. We don't reach out to them. There is no deranking. So if you have an awesome month of sales, then the next month, if you don't have any sales, that's okay. You aren't going to lose money from that. You aren't going to start back over at the bottom of the
Oh, did we lose her? Or is it my connection? Oh, there you are. I think
I did lose.
Dropped.
Oh no.
We can hear you
Okay.
now. You were talking about the deranking.
Oh, okay, great. So with the deranking, there is not a thing. So like I was saying, if you have a really good month, that's awesome. That's only going to continue to move you forward. You're never going to get bumped down like you would in an MLM. You don't start over. You stay exactly where you're at. There's tons of people that have actually taken a break from this and come back and have stayed exactly where they are. The other really cool thing about this is you can do it behind the scenes. You don't have to tell your family that you're even starting it or your friends until you're ready to tell them, which is great because that's honestly what I'm doing, because I'm not ready to tell them yet. I want to be, which you don't have to be. I thought about it. I was like, maybe I will tell them, but the other thing that I'm going to just touch on very lightly, I don't want to go too far into it because everyone else has slides to go over too, but the difference in the training in the community is literally out of this world. I probably messaged the girl that I signed up under 10 times, and I was like, this is so crazy. I can't believe I have all of this support. Everyone wants you to genuinely succeed. Everyone is so happy to answer your questions. You're never going to feel lost. You're never going to feel alone. And the step-by-step training, when I tell you it is step-by-step, it's literally step-by-step. You can do it step-by-step as the video is playing. And then you're like, oh, okay, this is going to be so easy. It's great. It just makes life so great. So really, if you are on the fence about this just because of you've heard of MLMs, this is not it. This is nothing. This is a day and night difference, and you should just take the jump and do it. You'll be so happy and so excited that you did.
Okay, so I'm going to go over who we are affiliated with. So who are we partnered with? So we sell products for a company called Enagic. Can you guys hear me? Okay.
Good.
So we sell products for a company called Enagic. So a little bit about Enagic. We are one of the top leaders in the health and wellness industry. And we are also celebrating 50 years in 2024, which is So cool. We also are a global company that was founded in Japan, and we spread across 30 countries. And then the next thing is we received the gold seal of approval for the WQA, which is the Water Quality Association. That might not make sense now, but to give you a little bit of information, one of our main products is a water ionizer that we'll kind of dive into a little later, but that's kind of why that's connected with that. And then the last thing is we are an original equipment manufacturer. So all of our machines are medical grade, and every single part of that machine is made in-house. So that's something super cool. I find that very valuable. Okay, so how does this work? How does this all work with high ticket affiliate marketing, all of that? You will be taught how to bring buyers to you through techniques such as paid advertising and organic marketing, or AKA free marketing. As Elizabeth had mentioned, there is step-by-step training on all of this, as well as so many mentors and coaches within the community that are here to guide and help you on all of that. So with the paid advertising, this a lot of times is creating ads. With these ads, you can reach thousands of people, and you don't have to have a large social media following, which is awesome. I think I had like 200 followers on my social media when I got started. And I wasn't a big social media person anyway, but so that's kind of the beauty of this as well, is you don't have to have experience. You don't have to have those followers. You're not expected to be some sort of influencer. The next thing is we teach automation, which allows you to generate an income 24/7. I can't remember who it was earlier, but they mentioned, I think it was Leah mentioned that she likes to say that she's earning while she's sleeping. And that is like the living truth for so many of us. We wake up in the morning and, oh, there was a sale. So super cool. Another thing is we can kind of like niche down and target people that relate to us. So we can advertise to people that are similar to us that we want to work with. We can specify who we want to work with, which is super cool. And then lastly, so people that are interested, they will message you. So as Elizabeth mentioned, we are not cold messaging people. We are not reaching out to them, sending those hey girl messages, none of that. We are taught how to attract people to us. People are messaging us. And then what's even cooler is to make it easier overall on us, we have pre-recorded webinars that explain all of the details that we can then send over to people for them to get quality information. So okay, so I talked about automation. So what is automation? This allows you, as I mentioned, this allows your business to kind of work 24/7 behind the scenes. So to generate passive income while you're enjoying life. And that's the goal of starting this business, right? That time freedom. That's like the main thing for me, at least. And this has been proven through our sales funnel too, that you can generate an income 24/7. The system is working in your back office, as I said, and essentially it does the selling for you. As I mentioned, we have pre-recorded webinars that kind of explain all of the details and kind of do the hard work for us. And in turn too, that is just more of a clean cut way and a more quality way to pass along the information, because that's our goal, right? Is to share this amazing business model and all of this amazing community with everybody else. That's the point, right? So what is automation? It allows you to generate passive income 24/7.
So what's holding you back? Is it time, money, limiting beliefs, mindset, maybe unsupportive spouse? There's so many different things that can hold you back. And I can attest myself, and probably everyone here has had or still has some limiting things that are holding them back from getting started, or from maybe stepping into their business as fully as they maybe want to. So something that I was really concerned about in starting my business was, how am I going to have time? Like, I already work this extremely demanding job, and I have a farm that requires basically a full-time commitment from me. How am I going to have time to do this? Well, the realization that I came to was I wasn't happy where I was at. And I'm sure you're not happy completely where you're at either. You might not be here on this call with us. And we're so happy to have you. But what would you do to change these things that you're not happy with? And are you willing to make a few little sacrifices, like maybe skipping some TV time or utilizing your lunch break, maybe getting up a little bit early or staying up a little later after you've put the kids to bed? We all have a busy lifestyle and we all understand that. But if you don't change, nothing's going to change. So if you truly want a change in your life, then you have to make the time for it. This opportunity is meant for a busy lifestyle. Like I said, I did alongside my super busy job and alongside my super busy farm. I feel like you never really start anything at the perfect time. And I started at the busiest time of my job. And I also started at the busiest time of my farm when I was lambing out hundreds of sheep. And I didn't even have enough time to sleep, but I had enough time to invest in myself to grow the lifestyle that I wanted. So this is set up to where it's very easy to run alongside of your full-time commitment. If you have 1 to 3 hours a day, you can definitely make this work. And most important thing to remember is you can do hard things.
So, how do you know if this will work? So you might be thinking in your head like, oh, I don't know if this is for me. Like, well, everybody else is doing it, but am I going to be able to be successful at it? So you are given the exact blueprint to that 6 and 7 figure business owners use. So you are the only variable. So this is the blueprint that all of us here got started on and all of us used to start our own business. So of course it seems too good to be true, but if you can choose to show up for yourself and leave no other option but success, it's not a matter of if you succeed, it's when. If you can commit to being consistent, driven, coachable, and motivated, then those goals that set you for yourself are attainable. Let's take a quick second and visualize what's ahead. If you don't know where it is that you are going, how are you ever going to get there? So just visualize for a second about, what are your goals? What's a perfect day for you? Or, where do you want to be, in 5-10 years down the road? Does this cost money? With starting any business, there is an initial investment, but that varies on everyone's goals and circumstances. So, kind of just to think about, if you're going to start, let's say a restaurant, that can be $100,000 to start a restaurant or any other kind of business. And it takes, those are crazy amounts of money, but that's, nothing. But there are many different investment options to get started, including 0% financing, and we will find the best fit for you. Think of it this way. When you go to work, you are trading your time for money. You have to put in your own hours to get your paycheck. So becoming your own boss, setting your own hours, and earning unlimited income, depending on which is just how much work you put into it, what is that worth to you? This is a one-time investment that will change your life, and it can be earned back after just a few sales.
Okay. Another way to think about this, and it took me a while to realize this with my own behaviors, but oftentimes our excuses are actually our fuel. So for example, if you're like, oh, I don't have enough time to start, I'm really busy, you'll never get back the time, right? Like this is actually solving that time issue. If you put in the time now, you're going to have time freedom in the future, right? Or, you're like, oh, the investment makes me nervous. Or I feel as if like, how am I going to get the money? Because you feel as if you don't have the money for it potentially is actually the reason to invest so that you do have money in your future, right? The financial abundance, the passive income, all of the freedoms that go along with that. Yeah, this business solves those. It's a vehicle that allows you to finally accomplish those, overcoming your fear, overcoming those battles. And another thing is our mind oftentimes plays tricks on us. So usually, like I said, the solution is simple, so long as we can actually be direct with ourselves and go, okay, is the reason that I'm saying, no, it's not for me right now, is that actually the reason to do it, right? But we kind of have to get comfortable with looking ourselves in the mirror and going, maybe it is the reason I should start, and leading into that and using it as fuel and using it to your benefit and to your power.
Okay, awesome. So how do you get started? So obviously the first step is to just jump in and decide, this is for me, this is what I'm going to do, commit your time, and you will do awesome. So first off, you will gain access to a 7-day trial that is completely free. And inside that 7-day trial, there is access to all the high ticketing products, earning potentials in the business model, investment options best suited for you and your goals, step-by-step trainings like Elizabeth talked about. The trainings are literally step-by-step, because otherwise there's no way I would have been able to set anything up, because I am not tech savvy. Access to our exclusive Facebook communities, where you will be introduced to all these amazing 6- and 7-figure earners in the business, and it is just amazing and very inspiring to meet all those people. You'll also, when you get started, you will have a Zoom call with your coach, whoever you reach out to get started, and they will coach you through everything. The coaches are awesome, and they help you through it all. And there's so much more for free in that 7-day trial with all of the access that you get. So what to expect once you get into this is the website, and then it is free for the first 7 days. There's no strings attached. You can cancel anytime. After the 7 days, you will be charged the $99 a month. However, if you decide after 15 days this is not for you, that $99 is 100% refundable. And you also get 30% commission off of each person that you get signed up on this Online Empires, which is awesome, because if you get 3 people signed up, your whole month is free, and that is just awesome. So it doesn't take too much to get 3 people.
Sorry, now I'm unmuted. So now you have to ask yourself, what is spending every day how you choose work to you? So the first step is always the hardest, but so worth it. And I can say that from experience, because I found out about this opportunity about 9 months before I actually dove all in. And I had all of the hesitations, all of these like self-doubts going through my mind, which is totally normal. About everybody experiences that in this business from the start, as we've mentioned. So like I said, the first step is always the hardest. You're not alone in that. So remember the reason you were interested in the first place, and let that be your reason to push forward. Like, what is your why? Really dig deep and really just acknowledge that and hang on to that, because that is what's going to drive you in this business. So what we covered, like I said, you are able to gain access to our training platform. That is amazing. It'll introduce you to our high ticket products and how to generate an income from home or from anywhere. No matter what your dreams or desires are. We provide the products, step-by-step training, coaching, and support from the community that will allow you to get started with no prior experience. And so that's just another really big perk, is you don't have to have any experience. I know a lot of people, when they first started, they didn't have any experience. And so that's what the step-by-step training comes in, and is really helpful. So what is next? Get in contact with the person who invited you tonight for the link for the free trial. Please type the name of the person who invited you in the little chat, along with the best way for you to be reached, whether that is through texting, like a phone number, your IG handle, email, Facebook Messenger, whatever your best line of communication is, just drop that in the chat along with the person who invited you, and we'll get you started from there.
Awesome. Can you guys hear me okay? So I want to open up to questions. If anybody has questions, either pop them in the chat or pop out and ask them. We'd love to connect with you guys. But I think this was awesome, and we uncovered a lot, and you're truly getting a business in a box, you know, for a very low cost, like what it would cost for like a brick and mortar business. You're getting it all, the training, the products, literally all of it, and the support, which is huge. This is just a handful of us. So there's thousands of people in our community. And I just think it's truly amazing to have like that connection, as well as like our close connection we have here in our team. And it's just so, so powerful. And that's like the key to starting an online business. You know, you're working from home, you're not necessarily with your coworkers anymore. You need that support and the 24/7, you know, support that's going to push the needle forward. So I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing my screen, and we'll see if we have any questions. Let's see. If anybody sees any questions, they can pop out. I have to refresh all the questions that were popping up.
There,
Christina
yeah, there's a,
asked-
there we go.
Sorry, go ahead. Christina said, so we don't reach out to people.
Okay. No. So that is what we talked about. That's considered cold messaging. And so those are typically your hey girl messages. And I'm sure everyone here has gotten them. If anybody has friends or family that are selling anything, like Scentsy, I'm really bad with thinking of Arbonne, like they sell lotions and all the low ticket items. And so they're reaching out, hey, are you interested in this? Or this will be really great for your skin. And they're sending, oh my gosh, like thousands of those messages just to make that low ticket commission. And so we are bypassing that. And by doing that is through the advertising. So we'll run ads through social media, and people will be interested in our ad. They'll reach out to us, and we just simply share the business model. We have the conversation, seeing where they're at in their life, how this is going to help them, and really just support them. And like Lauren shared, we're just sending them the information because our training truly does the selling for us. It shows everything that we have to offer, and then you just make the decision if it's a fit for you or not. I see Christina also said the $99 scares me. And yes, that is what a lot of people look at is the $99, and that does seem like a lot in a month. But like Amanda had said, I believe it was Amanda, after 3 people sign up, your monthly membership is paid for, and that's ongoing. So say you have 10 people that are under you, that's $300 a month. So not only is your membership paid for, but you're also earning an income from it as well. But I always say, don't focus on that. Don't focus on the money part, because just taking action with the free trial is super important, because right when you get in there, you're going to see, we only touched on it briefly, but you're going to see the insane compensation plan that is just absolutely insane. I know a bunch of us touched on it. But when you see the amount of money you can earn, that $99 is very minimal. So don't count out just because of the cost. Definitely take advantage of the trial and see what else it has to offer. Paige said, how long does it take to really start making money? That is a very loaded question. I mean, everyone here is going to have a different story, and that can be within the first 30 days. It really looks different for anyone and for everyone. And I always say, like, the time you put in is the results you get. And so, you know, the more time you put in, the more results are going to come. And truly, like I say, like eat, sleep, and breathe your business. Even if you don't want to tell your friends and family, still keep showing up for yourself and making it a priority because it's going to pay itself forward. But that question is really hard to answer. I mean, it could be in the first couple of weeks, in the first 30 days. It really looks different for everyone. And she also asked, are the ad to sell the product or to get people to sign up under you? So it is a little bit confusing. So Online Empires is the free trial that we introduced you to. And then Enagic is who we are affiliated through. So to explain it a little bit simpler, Online Empires provides all of the step-by-step training. And then Enagic is the company that we sell for. So there's actually 9 different ways to earn commission. And I don't want to go into that too deeply, but there are technically 2 platforms, Online Empires, and then Enagic is who we sell for. So your ads are, I think somebody actually was going to cover this. If anybody wants to pop out and talk about lifestyle marketing, like how they tend to do it, I think that will answer Paige's question a little bit better.
Yeah, I was just going to pop out and kind of piggyback off of what you had said. So I think when people come in, they are confused as to how you sell the product without talking about the product. Because we really strive or like really promote that you don't have to product push. And that is the case. We still can sell the product without promoting the product, because what we're doing in turn is what's called lifestyle marketing. So with lifestyle marketing, we are promoting the lifestyle and the opportunities that this business gives us, whether that's the financial freedom, the time freedom, the location freedom, or all 3, if that's what you're striving for, or that's what if you have all 3. And so promoting that, when people see that sells. People want that. People want that financial freedom. They want that time freedom. They want that location freedom. Whether you want all 3 or just 1, people want that. And so they will reach out. They want to know how you're doing it because they want the same. So that's kind of how that works, is we promote what this business, the opportunities this business gives us. And then people reach out to us, and then we can explain further from there. Does that make sense, Paige?
Yeah, I think it does, but I'm just kind of always skeptical of products that I'm not sure about, of just what you're offering, and then to always be posting about it. I've been searching for a lot of different things and high ticket marketing and all of that. And it's just kind of hard to know which one really to go with. But I mean, yes, my big thing is I'm in an off season of my other business that I run. And so I want to get started on something very, very quickly and get it rotating very quickly. Part of me doesn't want to start over because I've worked so hard for my other business that I've done. But it's a very hands-on, I have to be present to actually make the money off of that job. So yeah, that's just kind of one of my things. Am I going to be doing a lot of ads? I'm not the greatest of wording everything to put out there. I honestly don't do a lot of advertising with my business that I have now. But I guess it kind of does. I'm just like curious to know what the product is and what this health product is, because if that makes sense.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. That definitely makes sense. Yeah. So I had mentioned earlier the Water Quality Association, and then kind of talked about how we have a water ionizer. So we have a medical grade water ionizer that is our main product. But our 7-day free trial actually kind of dives into that further. So getting the explanation from there will be more detailed with more kind of like quality information for you to get from there. But that is our main product. And then you kind of mentioned, ads scare you. You're not super into maybe writing the ads, things like that. That's something that I think a lot of us, were not super, experienced in either. I think most of us actually had no experience with whether that was technology or social media in general, or even just in writing. I, for one, was not a very great writer. when I first got started, and I've come a long way. And as we've mentioned several times, we have so many step-by-step trainings as well as coaches and mentors ready to hop on and help you as best we can.
I do have another quick question. Is this like you said a pyramid and y'all are all like kind of signed up under one another? No, I see someone shaking their head no. So can you elaborate where I misunderstood that this isn't a pyramid, or it is? Because Carly said she signed up under Sarah, right? And so like, to me, that sounds like it's a pyramid business. Am I mistaken in that?
I was going to say if somebody else wants to come out, if not, I can talk.
So do you guys care if I pop out and share on that one? So that's a great question. And I could totally see where your confusion is. It's just like any other business product, anything out there. A lot of times the way you find it is it's recommended to you. It's from a friend or family. It's from a commercial. It's from a billboard. It's from the radio, but somebody introduced you to something in order for you to like take the next step, whether you buy it, you get started with it, whatever. So whenever Carly had mentioned, oh, like, you know, I got started with Sarah, I was just that person that showed her the business opportunity, and then she got started from there. And then, gosh, I can't remember who went over the like MLM slide. Oh, it was Lizzie. So Elizabeth shared on like the difference between this and an MLM. So with an MLM, there's somebody always at the top receiving majority of the commissions off of you all the way down here. And no matter how hard you work, no matter how much money you make, you might raise the ladder, but they're always raising it above you. So there's never a way for you to like surpass that person at the top of an MLM structure with this business. And you'll learn about it in the trial, that it's not designed like that. So you're able to come in and put the work in and be able to build your business to a point where you're able to surpass anybody who introduced you to the business and reap all the benefits and commissions from your work and efforts and stuff like that, which I really appreciate. That was like the biggest thing for me with this business was I was like, I'm not about to put all this work in for somebody else to like make all of the money off of me. Right. I'm sure you said you're a business owner, which means you're a hard worker. You put the work in, and us hard workers, I'm a nice person. I like to share, but I also like to reap the benefits of my hard work. So that kind of helped answer your question. I know I pivoted in a couple different directions, but I just wanted to make sure I covered that fully for you.
Yeah, I think so. Just basically it's not like, because I've even tried to do like beauty counter and stuff like that. And I'm not one that wants to just pitch. So like with this being a high ticket affiliate marketing, it's it where you don't come up with your own niche, because this is a product that you're literally putting out there and raising awareness about, correct?
Correct. Yeah. And then you are your own business, you're your own entity. So you can put your own spin on it with your brand, your personality, your style. So you don't have to like mold to like a company and what they want you to say and what they want you to do. You can, say and express the things that you feel and you're passionate about in a number of different ways, whether that's on a personal level or a business level. But then going back to your question, yes.
Okay, thank you.
And also to touch on when you mentioned the pyramid. So yes, like there's always someone above you, but you can build your way to the top solely by yourself, by your direct sales. And so you are earning income directly and passively. And that like goes down the ladder. So like Sarah's above me, but there's someone above Sarah. But I could pass Sarah, and she's not relying on me to build her own business. So like when you think about it, it is like the structure is like a pyramid, but you can pass the person. And a statistic that I read once, with MLMs, specifically low ticket, when they're like advertising the product, they're really relying on their friends and family because that's who they're talking to. And so usually in less than a year, they just like stop because they can't keep up with it. And like Elizabeth mentioned, if you don't make a certain number of sales or a certain amount monthly, you're like going down a tier. So like it is really, really competitive to like try to keep up and build your way to the top. And there's always like that person at the top. It's like 5% that they're like making all the money, like Sarah said. And I know Elizabeth said she had tried a low ticket. I don't know if you have any other helpful information that might be worth sharing, because I know you've experienced it yourself.
What other questions do you have considering like the difference in them? I don't want to just like reiterate everything, and I don't want to waste your time. So what like questions can I answer directly regarding the difference in those?
Are you asking me or Carly? Oh, I can't hear you.
So, yeah, sorry, I was muted. You, Paige, sorry.
Okay. Well, I mean, like my mom used to do Cabby, and I don't know if y'all have ever heard of Cabby. I know California, whoever's out there probably has heard it. But Carol Anderson by invitation, and it was like an in-home clothing line. You would go, you do shows, you put in all this work just for her to make a handful of sales, and then her upline made even more, you know. I don't do that. Like I don't do any of a pyramid business. I'm a swim instructor, so I teach infant rescue swimming. So my job is literally hands-on with babies in the water. So, but I'm kind of wanting something on the side for either off seasons or to help, you know, give that money and take a little bit of pressure off of all of that. So anyway, my question was just, I don't want to get in something to where I'm having to flood my swim mamas or my family or anything with just wanting to push a product on them because, you know, I don't want to pivot off my other business, if that makes sense too, because they're already investing time and money into that as well. So yeah, I guess just like my understanding from, there was something else that I did a long time ago, Uppercase Living, where you put the murals on the wall and everything. I've done that. My mom did Cabby. And then, like I said, I try to do Beauty Counter, mainly in supporting one of my swim moms, but I went ahead and did the consultant to, you know, get the percentage off. That's basically all I cared about, but I just never pitched anything. I don't do videos and post them and, you know, any of that stuff. So I guess I was just wondering if it was similar to those things, or if it was, like you said, to where even if it's a pyramid, you're still able to kind of level up with one another. And maybe
Yes.
that's what I'm understanding.
Yes. So, like Sarah said, you can like, and Sarah and Carly said, you can surpass whoever. There's no competition with that. And the selling thing, I get that. So did you have to buy product whenever you were like the consultant and stuff with the mural stuff to get like your level?
Yes, your kit is what I kind of got, and I swear I still got some of it somewhere. But that was like a long time ago, and because I just don't want to throw it away. But yeah, no, I had to do something like that. But as far as like Beauty Counter, when it was just something that I did to get a percentage off, like 25% or something like that, and then I could start advertising to sell it, but it is one of those that, you know, talking to family and friends and you're pulling off of them. And, you know, like I said, it's not something that I really want to put back in. I mean, like if I like product, of course, you know, but I'm not a very strong suit in that, unless I'm extremely passionate about something. So
the good thing about this is that you don't even have to tell any of your family and friends that you're even doing it until you're ready to tell them. So that's actually what I'm doing. And I know there's several other women that have done that as well. Just because, you know, society is so quick to judge starting an online business. They're so quick to say, oh, you're just starting an online business. You're just going to be you're part of that. And so I personally am choosing to wait because I did do an MLM. I just don't want to deal with my family's negative thoughts. I don't want that to impact me. But through the trainings and stuff, there is a way that you were taught how to like not hide it, but you can hide it to where you aren't even like telling them that you're doing it. Like through the advertisements, you are taught how to attract your kind of people, the kind of people that you want to work with, the kind of people that you want to have conversations with, to where you aren't having to even, like I said, tell anyone that you don't want to know that you're doing this. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it does. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Did we have any other last minute questions? I know we started a couple minutes late, so if anybody has questions. It's not looking like it. So again, like Ashley had mentioned, reach out to the person that invited you here. If you don't have their contact, put their name in the chat so we can, connect with you. And the next step, and Paige, this is also going to answer a lot of your questions, is signing up for that free trial. And like we had mentioned, no strings attached. You don't even have to put your credit card info in. So you can literally just access it, look at all of it, and really decide if it's a fit for you or not. And that's amazing because it used to not be that way. So the fact that you're getting access for free is amazing because you're going to see all of the potential and really what it has to offer. Sarah said, I personally created a business page to run my advertisements out of so that I didn't have to post marketing onto my personal page. Yes. And that is what we teach you, is to set up business pages where it's completely separate from your personal pages. And that's where you're running your advertisements. It's not from your personal social accounts. So that's important too, because most people start out, we don't want to share it with anyone till we're having that success, and that's totally normal. So that's how most people do start out. Of course, you can share with your friends and family, especially if there's people that could benefit from this, but you do not have to at all. You can run it directly through advertisements, and connecting with people that relate to you and that you can help. And yeah, I'm pretty sure everyone here started that way. Awesome. I saw you unmuted. Did you have any last minute questions?
Oh, no, I was just going to answer you if you asked me a question, so that way it was unmuted quickly.
Okay.
No,
well,
sorry.
No, you're good. I love your questions. I think it was really helpful for everyone. And it really shows that you want to find the right fit before you just jump in. And so I think that's awesome. So yeah, if we don't have any other last minute questions, then I guess we will hop off. There will be a recording of this, for anybody that wants to catch the replay, and we will share that. Awesome. Well, we will talk to you guys later. Thank you all for coming and showing up for yourself. And we look forward to connecting with you.
See ya, everyone. Thanks for hopping on.
Bye, everyone.